All right, Judith Bingham is from Republicans Abroad. Are your party, are they going to work with President Obama if, as predicted, they win these gains in Congress?
Well, I think one always tries to work in a bipartisan way. I must say your reporter in Washington should apply for the job as Barack Obama's press attaché. He's extremely good about speaking about Barack Obama. And Barack Obama is probably the best campaigner anyone has seen in America. He's a terrific candidate. I want to bring a historic fact in here. This month is the 150th anniversary of the election of Abraham Lincoln as President of the United States.
The great similarities between the campaigns?
No, but he was the great emancipator, remember? And we went through a hideous civil war. And when I was young, for many, many years, I grew up in a segregated state, and now America, and that's the beauty of America, has moved to having a man of color as president. And he is a terrific man, but he's a terrific campaigner. But we find him as president that he is not good. He has a socialist view towards everything. That health plan is something that is incredible. He's telling in that health plan, American people, he's going into commercial business. American people have to buy from commercial companies, and they have to or they will be outside the law. It's not that they're paying the government as you pay the Social Security here and then having the government pay health plan. It's that American people will have to go to a private company and buy.
Zachary Miller, let me bring it back to the election.
That's pretty bad.
Turnout's going to be hugely important in this election. Why have the Democrats failed to get people to come out and vote for them, particularly under 30s, young people, the people who put Obama in power? They're not voting. Why?
Well, first I think we have to see actually what happens, tonight and tomorrow. But generally, in midterm elections, there's less excitement. Especially for the party in power, and people tend to stay home. It's just kind of a trend. People think they vote in the presidential elections, and sometimes they don't vote in other elections. But I think, we may have some surprises tonight. I'll be up all night watching, and I think we may have some surprises.
Where do you foresee surprises?
Well, what we've had so far is that we're going to have this massive destruction of the Democratic Party. I really don't see that happening. I think we're going to retain the Senate. I think the House is going to be a battle, but it's not a battle that's over yet.
Pollsters have got it wrong, David Mercer?
Yeah, I don't think we can count on any.
I was going to add, we need to remind the voters, and we also need to remind the GOP that Barack Obama is not on the ballot. This is not a referendum on Barack Obama. These races are local. They're in states. They're in congressional districts. They are voting for the candidates that have won their party's nomination, and how are they going to support the agenda of moving the country forward and advancing the goals that are in the best interest of the American working family. That is the ultimate test here, and that's what we're hoping for, and that we can stay the course that has been set over the last 18 months in so doing.
Your party has made out this is a referendum on Obama. You don't agree with that?
No, I don't. Move the country forward and put this forward to help the American working man. I mean, Obama said that before he got elected, and look at where we are today. Look at what the results of the election are going to be. Just wait until tomorrow. And you'll see.
And let's look at today. Let's look at
this
today.
Is a local
there are
election.
more jobs in the last 9 months created in the private sector by Barack Obama than ever during the term that Bush was in office. We were losing 600,000 jobs a month under an administration, the Bush era, that had a set of policies of conducting 2 wars off the books, allowing Wall Street and financial interests to run amok and in their own self-dealings that cut short now people being in foreclosures almost at a clip of 100,000 a month. We're stemming the tide on that. And we are reducing that and also bringing structural reforms that put us on a stronger foundation so that we never see ourselves driving into a ditch as we have with the policies that the Bush administration led us into 2009.
Do you want to respond to that briefly, Judith?
Well, briefly, I think that you have wrong statistics. 33 months of Barack Obama, the employment has gone down under him. I mean, the unemployment rate has risen tremendously. It was 7% when he came in. It's 10%. That's a great jump.
All right, well,
and that's Barack Obama.
as we've been saying,
but I don't know why. You are a journalist, are you?
No, he's a campaign strategist for
Oh,
the
you're a
Democrats. He
campaign
doesn't work for us.
strategist.
No. One moment. This election, as we've all been saying, it is all about the economy, and America is, remember, in the grips of its worst economic crisis in decades.
Elections. He's right.
Well, whatever the arguments over who caused it, or who's not fixing it, the indisputable truth is that millions of Americans are today in financial dire straits. Take a look at this.
You don't think there'll be
all across the United States, it's the same scene. Employment agencies packed with job seekers. For the past 3 years, unemployment has been increasing. Now nearly 15 million Americans are out of work. That's 9.6% of the population.
You know, it's like your hands are tied behind your back and someone's threatening to shoot you. That's how it feels.
It is a very painful thing to be unemployed. It's very humiliating, and it's very humbling.
How am I supposed to look for a job if I don't even have some money to put gas in my car?
Americans have seen their incomes fall. For the past 3 years, recipients of food aid have increased by 55%. 41 million people receive food stamps. And the housing crisis is far from over. 100,000 homeowners face foreclosure every month, a record high. In several states, Nevada, Ohio, and Florida, entire neighborhoods stand empty.
Every time we open up our computers and look at the foreclosure numbers, we scratch our heads, and because we're all of a sudden seeing new record numbers, so we're going higher from record numbers. At this point, we have close to 5% of all mortgages in foreclosure.
Still, there are some encouraging signs. The economy continues to grow. It's up 2% in the third quarter of this year. 2 years ago, Barack Obama raised the hopes of a nation with his slogan, "Yes, we can." Obama still says, "Yes, we can," but he adds a caveat. It will take more time to fix the floundering economy. It's a point the Republicans have seized on. With many voters feeling the pinch, the state of the economy could well be the deciding factor in this election, which spells bad news for the Democrats.
Zachary Miller, those are the financial conditions in the United States today, 2 years after President Obama came to power. Now, your party argues all the time that these were inherited, these economic conditions, but this is 2 years on. This is not 2 months on. What's going on?
Well, you know, we had 8 years to get in this hole, and it's going to take more than 2 years to get out of it. But the fact remains that these people who are still unemployed would have not had unemployment insurance under Republicans. We got this extended unemployment insurance over objections of all the Republicans. Also, let's take a look at the, I want to get back to the approval rate. Now, President Obama has a 46% approval rate right now. Congress has a 20% approval rate. When you break that down, also when you break that down, congressional Democratic approval rate is 35%, while congressional Republican approval rate is 24%. So if we're talking about a referendum, this is the fact of the matter. The president has a much higher approval rate than the Republican
on a
Congress.
democratically controlled Congress.
They have a much higher approval rate than both the Congress
but
of both parties.
you've had the majority in the lower house and the upper house.
24% for Republicans, 36% for Democrats in Congress of approval rates.
All right. On the economy, Judith, what would...
Just wait till after the elections, then we'll see.
After the election, President Obama is still going to be president, and it's going to be an Obama administration.
What would your party do differently in terms of fixing,
Excuse me?
In terms of fixing the economy? If you're attacking the Democrats' policies, what are the Republicans proposing to do differently to
Well, we
fix
wouldn't
unemployment?
blow up the budget. Now, he said...
You've already blown up the budget.
Run through for me your policies.
We're not in power. We're not in power.
You blew up the budget for 8 years.
You said,
For 8 years you blew up the
that
budget.
you had gotten all these new jobs, and then we see this film that says the unemployment rate has gone up.
What would the
Private
Republicans do
sector
differently?
jobs have increased over the past 9 months. Public sector jobs have decreased, which I would think would be in your interest. We're trying to generate the private sector, and that has been increasing over the last 9 months.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. I'm very sorry, we're going to have to leave it there for a quick break. Join us after this, though, for the news and the second part of tonight's Heated Debate.